So behind me, you can steal the mess because we are in the middle of, building up the next chest of drawers, and I still haven't finished because there are so many things to do. So we still have the old one behind me, and that's here, this one, the new one, because I'm working on every single every single piece needs like basically a whole day to build. There are several different, like I think I have like 9 different nails and screws to stick in them, and then altogether we have like 6 different big parts and several small parts as well, and I need to put the whole thing together. So right here behind me, that's part of the furniture, and then under the table there's another part, and over there there's the rest. And well, a bit yeah, bit of a work, but we're getting there. So what I wanted to say is that usually I have this scheduled, I have scheduled all the Zoom meetings, I have all the emails, everything scheduled, and I like to have it that way because somehow it feels more efficient. And sometimes when I work in different projects, sometimes with the other people working in the same project, we talk every single day, and for some reason it doesn't seem to work. But if we do something like that we talk only once a week, somehow everyone can organize their thoughts, and somehow the whole process is going a little bit faster, more organized, and everything is just better that way. And that's it. I don't really plan for these kind of things, and I need to tell you about that one occasion when something came up. And what happened is that I was walking home, and I was walking along the river, and everything was so nice and calm. I was basically alone because it was that time of the day, like completely alone. Everything was so nice and calm, and something came to my mind, and it was Al Pacino. And I was like, what? And it really came to my mind. It was very clear message out of nowhere that I need to do this. I need to talk about Al Pacino. But I see no reason at all, so I said, okay, let's just leave it. And I did that because it's very easy to be just lazy, and the day just goes on, and weeks and all that, and you kind of forget about these kind of ideas. But it was a very big mistake, I can tell you that, very big mistake, because if I talk about Al Pacino at on that day, it would have been a completely different talk about him. But where all this coming from? What happened is that a year ago I took a holiday. It was meant to be for 3 to 5 months because I working on something. We wanted to open a business, a web shop. I was working together with a friend I met in London, and that guy we became friends with. We really, it was a very good friendship, and still it is. And he moved back to Hungary, Eastern Europe. Moved back to Hungary, to southern part of Hungary. I'd never been there, never, not even as a tourist. And I said, okay, we cannot really talk about these kind of things over the internet, but I have time for you now because all sorts of reasons are going around the world. I can be at lockdown here in London, and I can be locked down in southern Hungary. So let's go there. And this is what I did. I plan to be there for like 3 to 5 months, and just be in the flat, and we would talk about how to go about this web shop. And I had lots of free time, obviously. And for some reason, from all the things you can stream right now, I was going for the classics. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, all those guys. Well, there was some reason for that as well, I need to mention, because I have all the streamings, I subscribe to all the streaming services, and for example the Spotify completely logged out. It says because you're not in the region, so you have access to the content for 14 days, and that switched off. Disney Plus was the same, completely shut me out. And then I had Netflix, and I was watching on that one, and on other websites I was watching the Al Pacino movies, and I love that. I never loved, growing up I never loved this kind of movies, you know, this man coming with a machine gun and shoots everyone. No, I didn't like that one. I didn't like the lifestyle. I didn't need this kind of stuff. Growing up I liked horrors and comedies and all sort of stuff. I like when they have a good idea, good turns in the movie, and when it was fun, especially science fiction and things like that. But when I moved back last year to south of Hungary, I really loved the Al Pacino movies. I think I watched all of them, and Robert De Niro, of course. And what happened is that a couple of months ago on the Facebook, hi, I need to tell you this little bit, give me 2 minutes, but I need to explain to this one, because what happened is that I know everyone hates the advertisements on social media, but I'm quite a different guy, because I don't know why, but this personalization works really well when it comes to social media. So basically I can say that 10 out of 10 advertisements what I get on thumbnail on Facebook or on TikTok or anything like that, it is perfect, and usually I click on it, and usually I buy it or go and see that kind of service, what kind of service they have. And it was the same thing. When I woke up, I opened my Facebook, and I saw that there is something, an event with Al Pacino. He's coming here, he's coming to the UK, he will be in Manchester and some other cities as well. London, Manchester, and other cities. I think going to Glasgow as well. And I looked at it, I said, oh my god, a year ago I was watching all his movies when I moved to southern Hungary to build a web shop. And now I'm back in London, and he's coming here, and he's gonna be live on the stage. And this is great. And so I clicked on it. I clicked on these Facebook advertisements, and I find something very interesting which I'm going to show it to you. So he was not just on the stage, but you can find all sort of tickets. So the tickets starting from, I don't know, like £10. Let me have a look, because the website is open right in front of me. So there is a general admission, and that is £55 plus booking fee, and the premium is £75 plus booking fee. But this, you know, and I have a friend, he's several years younger than me, and he went to see the Rolling Stones and other guys from that sort of generation, because you never know. You know, he said he doesn't like Rolling Stones at all, but you know, because they are legends, and he doesn't know if they gonna come around again or not. It's better to have a look at them now than later, when, you know, maybe there's no later. So this is how I felt about Al Pacino as well, that, you know, I need to go. It doesn't matter the price, I need to make it work. So you have the standard, and the standard, basically you have this massive arena, this massive place, and you sit down and there are tables. So that is what you get for £55. So, and you have bars and all this stuff. So that's 55 and 75, obviously depending how close you will be sitting to Al Pacino, who's on the stage. And then you have the gold and the VIP and the platinum. Yeah, that is the highest one. So basically the price is going like this. You have the gold, which is 145, and then you have the VIP, which is 175, and then a platinum, which is 365. And the difference is that you have a dinner, a free course dinner, and then you have, you know, memorabilia signed by Al Pacino. and you have welcome drinks in the next one, and so on and so on. You get all sort of good goodies when you go upper on this ladder. And the most expensive one is obviously the 365, and yeah, you can take a photo with you and all that stuff. So I was really excited about this one because, you know, I was working in different places in London. I worked in catering, so basically I just realized that I worked so quite a long time on this kind of events, but I never ever been a guest. So it's not just Al Pacino. I would experience the catering industry from the other side as a guest. I said, oh my god, I need to make it to work. I need to get the ticket. So I got 2 tickets, and the other person, it was the other person's birthday, so okay, let's go there. We're gonna take the train, we're gonna have this dinner, and we're gonna see Al Pacino live. And I bought the tickets and I submitted the question, because you can send a message to him as well, and if he chooses, he can react to it on the stage. And I really like that. Usually I ask, when I go to this sort of places, I always ask something, because it's just fun, you know, because, you know, they can see how they react live. And what happened is, when Al Pacino came to my mind on that day, when I was walking home along the river Thames, and there was no one and everything was calm and nice, and Al Pacino came to my mind, the next day the old guy cancelled. I had the ticket, I paid for it, I paid for 2, and I was so hyped about this. So hyped, because this year, basically, I've done nothing. You know, I usually, before the pandemic, I traveled a lot. And then last year, for a month, I went back to south of Hungary, and we were working on this web shop. But this year, it was basically, we went to Paris, to Disneyland, Paris and Disneyland. Basically that's it. We haven't done anything at all. So it would have been the second thing we do this year, to see Al Pacino live, answering our questions and having a dinner, a free course dinner, in a very cool setting. And he cancelled, and it was very interesting, I'm telling you, because it never happened before. It's like a sixth sense. It came to me that, you know, talk about Al Pacino, and if I do this that time, I would have been in, you know, in the peak of the hype, because that time I didn't know he's gonna cancel. And you know, he canceled the show. And right now, you know, I read it off for you, all these tiers, all these tickets and stuff, and it says that it's sold out. It's not sold out, it's completely cancelled, but they didn't, I don't know why they didn't write that one, that they cancelled it. They just put sold out. And you know, when you see something like that, that an event is sold out, you don't really think about it. You just move on and you look at other things as well. Maybe you look at other cities, because he's gonna tour the UK. I think he's gonna be here next year in July as well. Well, maybe I'm gonna look for another city or something, but you know, he's you know, he can cancel that one as well. But you know, I need to tell you this, because it's very important, that when they said that they going to refund the ticket, or they going to put it on a different day, and I said no, refund it, because we never know what's gonna happen. You know, when the pandemic started in 2020, I remember it was March 13, Friday. 13th of Friday, that was my last working day. And after that, you know, all these lockdowns, months and months of lockdowns happened, and my last day was 13th of February. And next so that was February. Then 14, 15 was obviously Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday we had a ticket for a musical, and after that I had a ticket for a Finnish symphonic metal band, and they obviously cancelled it. And they asked me as well if I want a refund, or you know, I can have the ticket for another date. And I said, okay, let's have it on another date. And you know, that was like 2-3 years ago, and still the concert, you know, hasn't been organized or anything like that. So okay, so I asked for a refund, and basically they refunded within, not within days, but within hours. And I was so sad about that, because if something would signify last year, 2021, it was definitely the Pacino movies, you know. I moved to Hungary, south of Hungary. I didn't know anyone at all except my friend I was doing the web shop with, and I was in a flat completely alone. Because that was the first time I was I was renting a flat on my own. Before, I always had flatmates, and you know, for 8 months, for example, I was living in a room with 4 people. And after that, having a huge flat completely alone, that was like so weird. I was so bored. It felt like, you know, everyone is at the party and they just left me behind. So I was watching these movies, these Pacino movies, and you know, that was 2021, and 22 he was coming here, and then he cancelled. Oh my god, so sad. But we can learn from this story. If anything comes to your mind, any idea, you need to do it straight away, because you don't know what's gonna happen next.